Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Space News for Tuesday, October 30th. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kyle Henry. Let's talk about what's going on in space.
I never want to hold again.
Falcon Heavy is in startup.
Go Atlas. Go Centaur. Status check.
Go Delta.
5, 4, 3.
We're going to start with some updates on some stories that we've been following over the past couple of months. First off, the Parker Solar Probe is now the closest spacecraft to the Sun. It's the closest that we've ever actually been to the Sun, and it broke the record of 68.5 kilometers per second set by Helios 2. It broke that today when it passed within Helios 2's perihelion. So yeah, congratulations to the Parker Solar team. They've still got a bunch more science to do, so this is only the beginning. We're going to get a lot closer to the Sun, and we're going to get a lot more data than we could ever imagine. But staying with NASA, the Icon launch had previously been delayed last episode, but Northrop Grumman conducted a captive carry test over the weekend where basically they put the rocket on the plane and just basically fly around, see how it's looking, see how it's all functioning in the air and everything. And they did that over the weekend, and a new launch date for that launch could be announced as early as today. We're filming at 1 o'clock, so in this video it probably won't be up till 7 or 8, so they could have already announced it and we're just missing it. If so, we'll tell you on Friday. But we had said last time that Opportunity was going to be ending its active listening cycle earlier this week. NASA would be ending it. But news came in last night, and it's huge news for the Opportunity team. They have decided to continue active listening at least through January. They will be reevaluating the situation in January. So as of right now, the orbiter or the rover we're still trying to get in contact with it, and we're still trying to talk with it and get it back online. This is great news for the Opportunity team. It was going to be really sad to see that spacecraft go, but we still got some more time to hopefully get in contact with it. And staying with some more good news, the Hubble Space Telescope has returned to normal operations after 3 weeks of being in safe mode after a gyro failure. This return happened on Friday, and the first scientific observations occurred on Saturday. Congratulations to the Hubble team. Let's keep doing the science. You guys are amazing. But now to switch to some sadder news, or possibly sadder news. So the Kepler Space Telescope has been sort of teetering on the edge of dead and not dead over the last couple of months. Somehow we've missed it. I just haven't seen anything about this when I'm looking for stories to cover. But NASA will give an announcement today at 3 o'clock on Kepler's activity. Again, we're filming at 1, so we actually don't know. But this video won't be up until after 3. So we're going to do two separate things here. I'm going to record two different outcomes. They're going to be very general outcomes and basically give you guys an update on what's happening. We'll have full coverage of this story on Friday when we actually have the announcement, but Kepler is dead. The 9.5-year-old telescope that launched aboard a Delta II in March of 2009 has reached the end of its service. It was used to find so many exoplanets, and it will be missed in the spaceflight community. But our next story, Roscosmos will announce the Soyuz MS-10 commission report on Wednesday at 12 p.m. Moscow time, or 5 a.m. Eastern time. I'm tired of these 5 a.m. mornings. But we'll have full coverage on what the report said on Friday. As always, we keep you guys up to date on these stories. But over in McGregor, SpaceX has static fired the demonstration Mission 1 booster. This is the booster that will fly the uncrewed mission to the ISS for Dragon 2. Sorry, I was having a senior moment there. But the astronauts who were or are going to fly aboard Dragon 2 for its crewed test flight were at McGregor to witness this. Next up for this booster, it should be shipped to Cape Canaveral, assuming everything went well, and will be integrated to the second stage for another static fire and then hopefully launch in December or January. But staying in the private sector, Rocket Labs has announced that they will announce the new launch date for its mission, Its Business Time, later this week. This mission had originally been scheduled for earlier this year, but issues with the rocket forced them to delay, and they're just now getting to it. If successful, there will be another Rocket Labs launch scheduled this year that will carry some NASA CubeSats into orbit, but we'll talk about that more when we get into December and have some more information on it and the actual launch dates. We'll give you guys the launch dates on Friday when we know more. I feel like that's sort of the theme for this episode. We'll tell you more when we have it. But there were at least 3 launches over the weekend. First off, the Kodiak launch. We have no idea what happened, so we're just going to skip it. And second, the Landsat launch. This was the Chinese private company. Landspace was launching their rocket. This launch unfortunately did fail during the third stage firing. They did ignite the third stage, but the rocket lost attitude control during that. However, it should be noted that this was their first flight of this rocket, and the first and second stage burns were nominal, and that's really good for a first flight. Like, a lot of other companies can't really say the same thing. A lot of first rockets don't have great first launches, so kudos to them. First launch, making it into space, good job. I'm sure you guys will get it next time. Good luck, Landspace. But staying in China, a Long March 2C launched over the weekend, and it carried its satellite to sun-synchronous orbit. This was the SciFo satellite, which is a ocean wind surface speed measuring satellite. So, kudos to China. But another launch that happened was the H-2A, and this was another successful launch to sun-synchronous orbit. This carried 2 satellites. These are both remote sensing satellites, which are basically satellites to look at the Earth and study the Earth. So, good job. Good job, JAXA. But we have one launch upcoming, possibly. That is a Long March 3B with a Beidou satellite that is scheduled for no earlier than November 1st. However, because it's China, we don't actually know if it will actually go this day or even the launch window for this. So, when we know something, we'll let you know. But I'm Kyle Henry. Thank you so much for joining us. We post newscasts like this every Tuesday and Friday. So if you enjoyed, hit the like and subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on what's going on in space. We also post the sources for all of today's stories in the description down below, so you can check our facts. And if something seems off, let us know. We strive for 100% accuracy in our coverage. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.